Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me again today. I'm Judy with Bernwalt TV, and we're continuing our series on building confidence in students and children and building that resilience. Okay, so today we're on to session 3. And does your child have big emotions? Does your child show their anger, their frustration out loud and it's buoyant? Well, that's not such a bad thing. That's not such a bad thing. When a child has very clear, very straight up emotions that are bright as day and that you can see from a distance, we have something to work with. So, today we're going to talk about emotional strength and how we can develop emotional strength. Daniel Goleman's research on emotional intelligence basically shows us that our ability to manage our emotions lead to success, right? We're all going to have serious emotions at different times for lots of different reasons. Our ability to manage them are, and we're talking about success not just academically, but in our personal life as well, and in our community life, right? So, our teaching your child to manage those strong emotions will help them to become successful in life, in school, and in interpersonal relationships and in their community. So the goal is not to stop the emotion. The goal is not to say, calm down, stop crying. It's not so bad. Why do you let them get to you? Why don't you stop crying? That's not the goal. The goal is to teach our children the proper way to express those emotions, right? If you can name it, you can handle it. That's step one. So I did a series a while ago about learning how to properly put our words or emotions into words. I have to find the video and maybe link it. But something that's very important, not just for children, for adults, for everybody in communities, is learning how to put our words into our emotions. I'm sorry, learning how to put our emotions into words. So if I'm able to say how I feel, then I can handle it. If I can put it into words, I can handle it. And that's what we have to teach children. If you can use your words, if you can say it, you can handle it. So that's step one, learning to put it into words and saying it. So step two is something we talked about also on this channel already. We talked about learning how to take a pause when those emotions come over us, right? We talked about deep breathing techniques. And these deep breathing techniques, breathing in for 4, holding it, and then out for 4. This is something that you have to practice all the time because when you need to use it, it should be second nature. It should be something that your body already knows how it feels, right? And you're getting into it. And it is actually working because your body knows that feeling. Your body knows that it's time to relax, right? When emotions are high, and you have that technique down pack because you've practiced it week to week to week. You've been practicing it now for months. And so when something happens and you're naming it, your next thing is to pause and to use the breathing techniques to lower your breathing and to calm. I hate to say to calm down, but to get to the point where you can focus on all the external factors in your body. Because when you get angry, when your emotions rise, physically your body changes. So we want to get to the point where your body physiologically is at the point where you can communicate. So now you're at the point, and it's step 3, and your child needs to be able to communicate. They need to be able to express to you or to others or to the adult what exactly happened, right? They need to be able to either talk it out, write it down, draw, you scribble, sing, put it into words somehow, right? So we're at the point now in step 3 where they are going to express exactly what happened. They've named it, they've taken a pause and did some breathing to get their bodies in check. And then the next step is to actually express it however they express it, right? And when they express it, you know what we do next is we go through it. What can we do differently? What can we learn? What happened, right? So it's really important that we remember that instead of saying calm down, I know there's something I have to work on. It's something I've worked on actually. It's instead of saying calm down, right? I have actually tried to say, do you need to take a break so that you can tell me exactly what happened in words, like how you're feeling? And then they can write it down. We have already practiced this breathing techniques so that when it's happening, they can use it. And at the point where it's now time to debrief what happened, they're able to use their best way to show you and explain to you how they are feeling, to express that to you. So, call to action this week is to help your child identify words, emotional words that they can use instead of saying stomping their way down the hall or into their room or slamming the door or throwing the paper. Instead of doing all these actual physical things, what can they say? I am mad, I am angry, I am frustrated, I am nervous. We have to teach them the language so that they're able to use it in times of need. So, call to action this week is to practice different emotional words with the children, with the kiddos. And I will see you in the next one next week as we continue our series. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.